What's going on? What's going on? This is Ant Capone, and I would like to welcome you guys to another edition of the Ant Capone Show. Hope you guys are doing well wherever you're listening from in the world. Thank you so much for joining me. All right, today I want to talk about why I am the way I am. I'm a very trusting but non-trusting person at the same time. I always think about situations that I've been through before I make any decision that I ever make. And this really runs really deep. I honestly want to say that it goes back to always when I was a kid. I think about stuff that happened to me and for me as a kid. So I do my best always to remind myself and humble myself every day. Trust me, I'm not even in the best position right now as I'm speaking to you. You know what I'm saying? But I always remind myself it can always be worse. Trust me, it can always be worse. And as a person that literally got it out the mud itself, I can safely say if you're in a pretty decent position or in a better position than what you were last year or the year before, you're doing great. Progress. You know what I mean? I'm a microwave kind of guy, so I like all my stuff fast. So I be wanting my success to come really fast, which is really disappointing because it doesn't always happen that way. Tanika Drake, she's a podcast family member of mine. And I used to always tell her that we were on the slow grind together. I'm a student of the art of podcasting. I am a student of the art of content creation itself. When I'm on Facebook, if you're listening and you follow this podcast from Facebook, if you pay attention, I do my best to stray away from every single thing that every single person is doing at the moment. You know what I mean? Now, I might spin the block on that after a while, but if everybody doing the same trends, if everybody doing the same kind of thing, I'm not going to do that. I always wanted my podcast to be unique. I always wanted all my content to be unique. Know what I'm saying? Now, have I stole some things from some people? Absolutely. But I made it into my own idea. The only thing I can safely say I stole was some memes, because I got 3 phones full of them shots. You know what I'm saying? Memes that people have never seen probably in the history of their life. And every now and again I'm gonna pop out with some of them shots because they're valid. But I digress on that. I am the way I am because I simply have never been able to trust people. And that's even content creators. You know what I'm saying? I actually branched out a whole bunch of people. And when they see me make content now, they're not there for me the way I'm still there for them. They hit me with likes. And, alright, I'm going to be honest about this like thing. You know what I'm saying? Right now, If you're a content creator, right, and you're on the same platforms that I'm on, and you know deep down inside that I'm trying to get paid, why would you simply like it? All right. So, my other stance on it in the first place, I appreciate the like. Because if it wasn't worthy to be liked, it wouldn't have been. So I have two different stances on the like button. But I'm trying to get paid. Why would you not hit me with the love button? Because every time I stop through your page, no matter what it is, I slap that love, I comment, all the things. But I see people actively trying to do the things that they do. Once upon a time, on the same very podcast that I'm speaking on right now, I used to be number one for quite a bit. Every single episode that I put out went number one. And a lot of people was jumping on my platform just to be heard themselves. You know what I mean? And I felt the vibe, so I put them on. Because I'm never trying to pigeonhole anyone. Anyone's talents, anyone's greatness. I always embrace that. You know what I'm saying? I actually tried to lift a whole bunch of people up in life. And guess how many times did they try to hold me up? That's why I am the way that I am. I came from a very, very rough upbringing. My mom and my dad did drugs. You know what I'm saying? If you go a couple of episodes back, I was known as the boy with no socks. That was me. That's why I am the way I am. I literally got it out the mud with no Irish Spring, no Dow, no nothing. I simply had to get out the mud itself. I had to let the mud just fall off me over the years. You know what I'm saying? Because I've always been hungry for more than what I had. I never have been subjected to just being the status quo. Even though I went through all the circumstances that I went through, people held me to a higher standard. Point blank, period. I was raised in a house full of women. They always lifted me up. They always made me feel like I could do it. So I did it every time. Was every single thing that I did successful? No. I wish it was. I always wish it was a time machine and I can go back and redo some things. I would not get rid of my children, but I can safely say I would not have got married. That's for damn sure. That's why I am the way that I am. I went through 12 grueling years of marriage to a person that was secretly hating on me the whole time. They were 7 years older than me, so now instead of trying to be my wife, now you're trying to be my mama. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I am the way I am. I've been double-crossed.